ShxtsnGigs, James and Fuad. There's been a lot of conversation about how they needed to apologize to black women in the US. And also when they apologized, there's been a lot of videos made by other people regarding their apology, regarding their intelligence, regarding the people that these guys are. They were in the US doing their daddy's home tour, and as part of their media run, they were on the Andrew Schulz podcast. This guy is like one of the best comedians lately. Like, his crowd work is brutal. He's just like super good at it, you know. And he touches very interesting lines with his comedy. He gets cultural and political, and he does this tailored to the people that he speaks with. He does when he's in Saudi. Did you watch his Saudi show? He was so crazy there as well. So knowing Andrew Schulz, I know how crazy he can get politically and culturally when it comes to comedy. Some people have labeled that as being racist. ShxtsnGigs, James and Fuad went on Andrew Schulz's show. He made a joke about black women. They laughed. Now, they came back out and everyone was saying, yeah, you threw us under the bus. You should have backed us. Because maybe they thought Andrew Schulz was not tongue-in-cheek at the moment and he wasn't joking and he actually meant what he said, and James and Fuad just laughed about it. Now, James and Fuad thought it's something that should die down. Let's just move on with our regular program. But everyone goes, nope, come back. You're not moving on with your regular program. You need to actually tackle this topic. You need to apologize. You need to actually acknowledge that you fucked up. James and Fuad decided to actually make an apology video.
You learn from your mistakes, and that's literally you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, we fucked it, and we're sorry.
You definitely do apologize.
It's three sides got created. The people that thought that's enough, we accept your apology, we'll continue to support you, and then the people that thought that apology is completely not real, which is the case with every apology. You can either decide to accept or not accept. Some people that thought, what are you apologizing for? Laughing to a joke? They shouldn't have apologized at all. And the Schulz even made a video making jokes about the apology. And there's also Ike Slipstar on Instagram. He makes funny videos as well. And he went as far as to say he didn't expect anything else from them.
Yeah, I think that was quite disrespectful.
Extremely disrespectful. Yeah. I watch ShxtsnGigs and I can tell whether Ike watches us or not. I can already say this categorically: they are not dumb guys. They are definitely intelligent.
You almost was sounding jealous. The video that I saw, it was just one guy that feels like there is nothing special in what they are doing, but there is, and a lot of people are following them and watching them. So absolutely,
the absolute biggest podcasters in the UK for no reason. Are you joking? Yeah, and I saw that, and you're right. It came off a little bit like, I've always seen those guys. Why would you expect them to? And Ike is a funny guy himself, but it's just, come on, like, I didn't feel it didn't sit well with me that they would make videos to bash them, and I've seen some other guys also trying to bash them. What do you think about the whole incident? Should they have apologized from your perspective? If they apologize, how should they have apologized?
I feel like it's quite unfortunate, their current situation. The comedy world is sort of becoming quite difficult because of everyone trying to be woke, right? Like, it's becoming more and more difficult to say things, and that's the whole industry of comedy, right? It's built on, prejudice, built on a lot of things that now we are all frowning upon. And I feel like these guys are they are not even comedians, right? They are just podcasters. And yeah, we can definitely cut them some slack and understand that they are human and they are not some sort of activist. They are just entertainers and podcasters. And I believe that they were sort of in a difficult situation. Some people are claiming that Fuad saw it, or at least even James saw it, they were sort of acting weird. I didn't see that. I just felt like even if they did see it was sort of a tough situation. They might not have knew how to handle the situation. And I think it was a live podcast also. So that makes it even double difficult.
Oh, it was live?
I think so. So it makes it it's not something you can then be like, oh, let's not do this, or let's, you know. So yeah, I think that made it even much more difficult.
I didn't know that it was live. Yeah.
But if I was in their situation, and if I strongly believe that I didn't say anything wrong, I wouldn't apologize for any reason. But it's also about business, right? Because most of their
I think that's a lot
audience
of
is like women in the US. So
yeah, I think that was also one thing that happened, right? Because a lot of people said, we're the ones supporting you, we won't support you anymore if you don't apologize. And I feel like it's the fact that we use that to control, like, it's almost that, I get it, they are in the position now, and they're like, we put you in that position, now you owe us this thing, and you have to just do our bidding. We don't care if you think it was a joke, we don't care if you think you did something wrong, just apologize to us. That's almost a different type of tyranny, no?
It is actually.
And one thing that pissed me off about what Ike was saying as well was like, oh, you think when people say stuff in British accent, they're just smart. I wanted to get in my phone and just
said that.
slap them.
Nah, he's definitely jealous now. I didn't even see that. I just knew he was bashing them like, these are not the guys to expect any sort of substance or intellectual thing from. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, that's disrespectful. Yeah.
Exactly. Why do you expect perfection? Why do you expect perfection? I think that's the nuance with it. Everyone has the two sides. We are all good and bad at the same time. And I feel like when we sit down and just judge and act as if we cannot make mistakes, or we cannot miss some things, or we cannot be, I think it's too much pressure. And trying to judge people that their life is just out there for one reason or the other. But you're right. I mean, because it's business, it's a completely different conversation. Yeah, for me, maybe if I would have apologized, I would have clearly indicated that, because the apology was also quite strong, which I'm a little bit like, come on, James and Fuad, like, I'm hearing what you're saying, but I have to be honest with you now, Ibra. I didn't feel like the apology was genuine as well. Fuad was not looking at the camera, and James was like, yeah, you know, it's just racist. You know, it's the kind of thing where you're like, yeah,
bro,
if you were in the room,
I didn't see that.
Smash the camera, punch Andrew's mouth. You know, I'm like, come on, why are you laying in that strong? It's obviously not something that you felt that way. Even when you watch it back, I'm pretty sure you still don't feel that way. And that's where the apology doesn't sound genuine. You're just appeasing your crowd now. Because if you're being sincere, you can also cut Andrew himself the slack of, okay, he was making a joke. That's how we saw it. We're sorry we laughed at the joke. It's insensitive. We get that. Acknowledge the way people felt. Andrew toes this line with his comedy that for sure
that's what he does.
He has people that are like, dude, you're a fucking racist guy.
Do you think he is? I wanted to let you land on this one, but I wanted to ask
I can't say. I don't know him. I only know him through his craft. You know what I mean? I really can't say if he's racist or not. I know him through his craft. But I've also seen our black comedians, great guys, make comedy about whether it's white people's cooking and stuff like that. And everyone laugh about it. So it's like, I can't say who is racist or not if I don't know them in person. Or if I don't see them actually make serious, like, is Donald Trump racist? You understand? Because he's in a serious field. He has some discriminatory stuff and some prejudice against some groups of people. So yes, he has racial prejudice and discrimination in his blood. But Andrew Schulz, I don't know him outside his comedic act. I get what you mean.
Yeah. It's
and
difficult.
Outside his comedic act, the few things that I know about him, he has been very open and fun with everyone. Bro, this guy was in Saudi, and he just saw like a young guy that came to his show. He was in the guy's house to play PlayStation.
Even. I think he made some racial jokes with them.
He made cultural jokes. He made all this whole Arab people. He went to England. He did the same. But that's his comedic act. That's the act. That's the act. But when you watch the vlog of him actually doing the tour, when I watched the vlog, boy, he ended up playing FIFA in the house of one of the royal family kids. You know, they just told him, okay, cool, I'm coming to your house. You know, he's like a cool guy that was just rolling with everyone. So outside the comedic act, it seemed like a pretty cool guy. I would still say I can't judge. You would think it would be racist because you would imagine, maybe he deliberately designs his content to be racist in that way. But no. He actually tailors it to the audience. When he was in white England, he made as many white racist-like jokes as you can imagine. Now, the people that were angry I can imagine if you're the butt of the joke, it's not always nice. It's always something that you feel, fucking hell, fuck this guy. Cool. You have every right to feel that way. And it should be acknowledged. That's the only apology that I see ShxtsnGigs to make. To say, I know you all expect this from us. And we won't always be able to meet all your needs because it's too many of you and it's just the two of us. But you have every right to feel the way you feel. We are very sorry that we laughed at your own expense. We apologize for this and this. Whoever managed the communication for ShxtsnGigs, James Fuad, fire that fucker right now.
Yeah, this sets like a precedence to something much more dangerous for their brand, right? I feel like this is a point where you can then decide how you want to play this or how you want people to perceive this, right? Like, I think you said it right? By saying they could have come up with the apology of like, this is where we were coming from. We understand how you feel, but this was what happened and this is what it is now. Like, now coming with this sort of perceived fake apology, I think it puts them in this corner where they have to sort of pander moving forward.
ShxtsnGigs, James and Forward, they bring in a lot of, so when they react to things on Reddit and other stuff as well, they also include a lot of personal stories. They include a lot of, when they tell those personal stories, there's a lot of drama. Yeah, James is a fucking great storyteller, and you know, they react, they put the drama. After seeing their non-genuine apology, from my perspective, it might be that that's actually a genuine apology from their side, but from my perspective, after seeing that apology, I was watching some of their episodes last night, and I'm like, now I can see the acting. Now, how do I tell that this is just you, how you normally react to things? Because James is telling the story, and he's like, brother man, I'm fucking, and I'm like, okay.
Didn't I've always seen them like that? I know you're quite a fan, like, you know, like we talk about them a few times and all, and I enjoy them, but I can't unsee the extra reactions that they do. I genuinely feel like those things are funny, but definitely every time they add an extra layer to it.
Yeah, but for me, what I used to think was, because it started on the couch, James and Forward and stuff, because, you know, sometimes you can also act to make it funnier even without the cameras on. So I just thought that was the personality, because they have a very different approach to doing that as well. You know, Forward seems a little bit more mellowed and like, yeah, you know, he just throws in. And James is like dramatic. So I thought that was like their natural setup, you know? And after that apology stuff, I'm like, fuck, this guy is...
It might still be.
Yeah, I mean, but like now I can't...
We are all good and bad and different things at the same time.
Yeah, it could still be. And I'm giving them that. Bro, I'm still a fan. You know, I still enjoy their stories. I still like the way they tell it. I still wish them well. I still want them to go as big as fuck as possible. Those guys are fucking good at doing a podcast. Like, they deserve every win they get. And I still want that to happen for them. I'm just saying, that's how crazy that apology has impacted for someone like me that is a fan, you know? And it still impacts me in that way. And I will repeat it again. Whoever wrote that apology plan, whoever wrote that script, whoever decided that that's how we should go, don't fire that person, but please let that person get some training. They fucked it up.